Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man tabi'a sunnatuhu ila yawmiddin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, welcome to another session of the short benefits and episodes from Adab and Mufrad. Now we talk about chapter 481. How was the verse of veiling revealed? The verse of hijab, the verse of covering. Anas said, I was 10 years old when the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to Medina. My mothers used to send me regularly to serve him, and I served him for 10 years. He passed away when I was 20. I am the person who knows best about the matter of the veil. The first instance that was revealed occurred when the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam married Zaynab bint Jahsh. He celebrated his wedding and invited the people, and they ate and then left. A group remained with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They stayed a long time, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and I went out, hoping they would leave. He walked and I walked with him until he came to the threshold of Aisha's room. Then, thinking that they would have left, he returned and I returned with him. He went to Zaynab, but they were still sitting there. He left again and I left with him until he once more reached the threshold of Aisha's room. When he went, he thought that they would have gone. He went back again and I went back with him. This time they had indeed left. The Prophet ﷺ then put up a curtain between me and him, and the verse about the veil was revealed. So we see here from the commentary, by his statement, my mothers, Ibn Malik meant his mother and his aunts. In the verse, chapter 33, ayah 53, Allah the Exalted prohibited 1. Entering the Prophet's house unless permission is given for a meal, and even then not so early as to wait for its preparation. 2. Waiting after the meal, holding conversations. 3. Women being asked for anything directly by those who are their non-mahrams without the screen. 4. The wives of the Prophet ﷺ being married by anyone after his death. So all of these things here, these 4 points are mentioned in this hadith, and when the verse came down, they became prohibited. Chapter 482. 3 times of undress. Tha'lab ibn Abu Malik al-Qurazi said, he wrote to Abdullah ibn Suwaid, the brother of bin Haritha al-Harith, to ask him about the 3 times of undressing. Abdullah used to observe these times, and I asked him about these times. Tha'laba said, he asked, what do you want? I said, I want to observe these times. He said, when I take off my garment at midday, none of my family who has reached puberty comes to me without my permission unless I call them. Nor do they come until dawn when the people know I have prayed the morning prayer. Nor do they come when I have prayed Isha and undress in order to sleep. So this shows us 1, that the 3 times are during the midday heat. 2, before the dawn until after the Fajr prayer. 3, after the Isha prayer. These times are also mentioned in the Quran chapter 24 verse 58. And these rulings show how seriously the Muslim should hold adherence to noble manners in his dealings. Chapter 483. A man eating with his wife. Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said, I was eating hais, a mixture of dates and butter, with the Prophet ﷺ. Umar visited and the Prophet ﷺ invited him and he ate. Umar's hand touched my fingers and he said, oh, if I were obeyed about you women, no eye would ever see you. Then the verse about the veil was revealed. So this shows us, whilst the ruling of permissibility of a man eating with his wife at a single bowl still remains with the revelation of the verse on the veil, it became prohibited for a man to eat or even see a woman who is not his mahram without being veiled. Subayya bint Qais, she is Khawla, grandmother of Kharaj ibn Harith, said, my hand and the hand of the Messenger of Allah scooped out water in turns from one vessel. So the scholars have given various explanations for this instance, since the Prophet ﷺ was not a mahram to Subayya radiallahu anha. Thus Imam al-Shawkani said, the best thing is to say that it was not prohibited to perform it, i.e. the ablution together, before the verse of hijab came down, but afterwards it became restricted to the maharim and the husbands. Nail al-Awtar. 2. Perhaps the author Imam al-Bukhari sought evidence from this narration for the chapter from the angle that since it is allowed for men to scoop up water from the same container with their wives and maharim while performing ablution, to take out food together from the same bowl is also allowed, and Allah knows best. And we'll stop inshallah on this one, and in the next chapter we talk about some etiquettes of entering houses inshallah. Until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.